There's the misconception that you're going to be entitled to an attorney if you can't afford one, and that's simply not the case. Many people are surprised, and they then understand the true importance of having organizations like Charleston Pro Bono available to provide those services, be it in family law, housing law, estate planning, and most recently, providing services to victims of human trafficking.
Charleston Pro Bono is the only organization in the state that has an attorney dedicated to helping human trafficking victims.
The fact that we're not from here and English is not our first language, she makes sure that we understand everything.
We see clients from all walks of life. We could see an alienated father that's wanting to get visitation. We see a desperate single mother that's wanting to keep her housing benefits to prevent her and her family from being displaced.
There are several unintended consequences of losing housing, such as children having to switch schools, losing your job, losing transportation or reliable transportation, and facing homelessness.
We have firms both big and small who are willing to take on cases pro bono. That means they don't get paid for them. They are willing to represent clients in court and provide those services at no cost.
We provide free legal services, and the services that we provide are priceless.
She talked in my language, and I felt that the privacy she gave me, and the compassion she showed me, and not charging me a penny, irreplaceable.
The Charleston County Housing Court Program is a wonderful opportunity for tenants to arrive the day of their hearing and receive last-second legal services if they're eligible. Through a partnership with the Charleston School of Law, we offer a housing clinic where students can represent tenants under the student practice rule. Just recently, a student was able to represent a tenant at West Ashley Magistrate Court, have the eviction action settled so there would not be an eviction on their record, and got 2 months of their rent waived. So they have a move-out date where they can take the time to voluntarily vacate without paying money during that time as well.
I appreciate that I have the opportunity to change lives every day.
I was in a situation where I was in my apartment for about 6 years, and I had a pest issue, and it wasn't being resolved by the landlord, and an eviction was filed against me. You walked me through the process. You gave me the timeline of how things would take place, and you offered the best advice. The eviction was dismissed, and it wouldn't go on my record. If I wouldn't have come to your office, I would have been lost. I would have made decisions that would not have been good for me, and would have just made the situation longer and more troublesome for me.
It really helps me a lot because I don't really make that much money, and for me it is so complicated. The papers are complicated. If I don't have an attorney, I don't know what else to do. I would be lost and misguided.
So over the years, we've certainly grown. When I came on board, we were a staff of 3, and we're now a staff of 8 and looking to hire 2 to 3 more positions. It's been apparent that the need has always been there. We've actually seen it grow over the years, but what's been most important is making sure that we secure the funding so that we could bring on the staff and the personnel needed to address those needs.
Oftentimes, clients even need assistance with public benefits, may need counseling services, they may even need certain types of medical care. So if they present with needs that exist beyond just legal services, I try to find ways to help them and get them to the professionals that can help.
The scope of the services that we are able to provide at Charleston Pro Bono Legal Services really is widely varied and multifaceted.
Back in 2016, when Charleston had a tent city, we went out there and set up our own tent and provided advice and counsel to residents of Tent City. Then when we had the unaccompanied minor crisis at the border, we actually formed a group of attorneys, both family law and immigration practitioners, to help those minors who were placed in the Charleston area. Then you fast forward to the housing crisis, we brought on a dedicated housing attorney. COVID-19, we created the COVID-19 team. Currently, we're going to be hiring additional attorneys to help support the Housing Court project here in Charleston. The idea that we are seeing what the need is and then addressing it.
It's important for our organization to be vocal so individuals know that we are available as free legal services and that we can help them avoid some unintended consequences of a hearing without representation.
I heard about Charleston Pro Bono through Facebook.
Things like Facebook and Instagram allow us to showcase the work that we're doing in the community.
I would really recommend Pro Bono Charleston to anybody that needs help, especially those low-income people. They are so very responsive and they really help a lot, and they are so friendly, and they would really make sure that they are with you.
The justice system is overwhelming, and having an attorney that helps us makes us feel that we would be in a safe environment, and we would be in a better place, and then we would not be lost.
I've lost count of the amount of times I've been hugged by a client after a meeting or hearing just because of the sheer relief they've had knowing that their legal issue is now behind them.
I would recommend Charleston Bono to everyone. It's a wonderful service.
Do you feel like you're not alone with this?